Ah, I see. You must be the traveler that Lady Farina mentioned. Listen, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'd avoid getting mixed up in...
Huh?
Come with me and you'll see. The deceased is one of Lyney's assistants, named Cowell. Even though he hadn't joined the troop, the assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the prop. As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Cowell inside it. This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and were unable to find any traces of the girl. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then all these factors lining up so perfectly make, if anything, the more
But he doesn't have a motive!
Are you both? So in justice, I know there's no such thing as magic. I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence. Sorry, I tend to be pretty straightforward. Just know, anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime.
The investigation team has some new findings.
See?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Lyney and Lynette with their side of the investigation.
You're trying to help them?
Lyney used the machine to pick a well, we thought...
It turns out that the seat... I'm sure you already know that... In other words, Lyney knew who would be sitting where from the...
That much...
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Lyney.
So this is the rope... The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks? Why are you suddenly so serious, traveler? Whoa, most of it was burned away, but there's still a little... Wait! Hello there! What are you investigating?
The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity. Sure, it's not like her name is Halsey. Apparently, she wasn't. The Magic Troop members all claim not to know her. Simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troop at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Were the victims...
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between them.
Okay then.
No need to be so formal. It is of utmost...
You. Yes, both of you. Over here. I've been...
Huh? You mean us?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken...
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula? From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it, Spina di Rosula does it. And I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president. Though those who play by our rules call me boss.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Melus. Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs are under my purview.
Huh? Boss? Demoiselle? What gives with the names?
Well, I am the second generation president. Malus and the others are still used to my previous title.
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to use that instead.
No, no need. You don't have to call me boss. Just Navia is fine.
Okay, if you say so. Not that we're members of Spina di Rosula anyway.
All merely trifling details. Never mind. Now, back to the situation at hand. That's right. I've judging from the
Really? But...
intuition, naturally. My unparalleled intuition. Farina sure was quick, but that's not anyway.
sounds more...
Well, what's your opinion? I must admit that she can be interesting at times, but liking her doesn't mean that I'll... All right, I've answered your question. Now, it's time you answer mine.
Wait a minute.
Well, I say it does. But don't worry, you won't hear any pointless questions from me. In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an...
Well...
And why would that be?
Most astute, no matter how what, and if that can be done.
All right, that now. I need...
Wait! Since what... That's more like it.
Far be it from you wish to say...
You have a point. And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got...
I have nothing to add.
Oh...
We'll be making some...
no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment. If you wish to leave, you must register your identity with us first.
No, we're not leaving. We're representing Lyney and Lynette as attorneys, so we're investigating the case. Were you always guarding this entrance?
Yes, after the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out must undergo a strict inspection. So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here, at least, not from that point on. I doubt there was much opportunity then, either.
How can you be so sure,
Well, because I was in charge of security near the entrance at that time. I couldn't see Lyney's performance from here, which was quite a shame. Just my luck. But still, I did not abandon my post, and I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. If someone had so much as even approached the door, I would have noticed it, let alone if they had tried to leave. We Melazines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
So, it's safe to say the girl couldn't have left through here. Alright, thank you for your help. This'll be useful info.
I see that you're investigating the area. Well, if you find any new...
We don't have too many... The FUD?
Yes, exactly. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Lyney's trick with... I'm of the opinion when the pirate...
Wait, what?
Perhaps the balance wasn't right. Oh, that's true.
That does... We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Here's how Lyney's discussion with the guards is going. Let's go see, shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting.
Understood. Then I will be going.
Very good.
You may spare the pleasant.
You've arrived.
Who's this?
Me? And these are my companions. Would you mind?
Oh,
Well, let's just...
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes. Oh, but before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here? I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform it more...
Weren't there...
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still far from discovering the answer.
The back? You mean the inside of the door? What's different about it? Paimon didn't notice anything.
Very good indeed. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get? Exactly. All right, let's go.
Oh, so there was a passageway under the magic box!
I knew you'd figure out the 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel. See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side.
This trolley can raise... I see.
Precisely.
So that's how you did it!
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark.
Right! You were talking that whole time!
Ah, yes. My assistant and I had all.
And what about...
I was in the mezzanine space.
Oh, interesting.
That's how we were able to coordinate Lyney's lines with the assistant.
I mean, we are, and that's my favorite part of this trick. Only Lynette and I can perform it.
So that's how it all worked. Wow, every detail you revealed was more amazing than the last.
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending. And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, but as you saw, Cal was in the box.
We really don't...
If not for that and yet, could we have a look around?
This is the scene of the crime. So Lyney and Lynette are not...
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now.
Thanks, everyone.
What is this place?
It seems someone...
Alone, perhaps.
But there are no other ways in or out of here. Oh, you're right. Let Paimon right...
Oh, her clothes are here, but she's nowhere to...
Right. Ugh. Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh? There's...
Perhaps it was a prop for...
whatever.
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Speaking of which, why?
Oh, Paimon knows, and here's a broken... Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
Yes, let's head back up. Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malus returns. It seems to me that there are several things that don't add up here.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape?
They believe the odds of that are very... The guards have checked the...
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber then. You know, like the kind you usually see in novels.
The plot thickens. No wonder...
In other words, the
Charges and...
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. During the proceedings, the chief... That's right. This is how indemnitium is produced. The statements from both sides that affect... To put it simply...
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the...
Once both sides have finished speaking, The Chief Justice will make his... Then, finally.
Huh?
In practice, there is... yes.
Huh?
Because we've chosen to...
They're concerned, even if that were...
I'm ready to break it.
Whoa, whoa!
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the lack of options. I'm afraid that catering to all tastes is not...
In that case, let's just sort out our findings. I mean, what better...
Huh. Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like... Just kidding! Just kidding!
Hmm? What do you mean?
Huh?
Understood, Demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
Yes,
I have eggs, sugar.
Good. These three are quite the interesting group. And Paimon thought it smelled good from the way you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, but you ended up doing the...
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
Paimon...
Oh, don't underestimate. Anyway.
Only...
Well, eat...
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is the... No need for
All right, then. However, the magician twins could have
Exactly! Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was watching?
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance, resulting in the shattering. Perhaps the criminal thought that...
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble is...
True. None of the clues we found thus far, but...
Huh. Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic prop?
That's right. And even if she had to, nor does she have...
From the sound of things, your macarons are... What?
Please don't worry about it. At my...
No, besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough. Wait, even you don't believe if Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons?
Oh, Malus, huh? Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course?
Exactly.
As you wish, Demoiselle.
And I have the egg.
What?
Well, that's it for snack time. I don't know what it would be. Oh,
All right.
it was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Malus, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything.
All right, it's time to put our heads together. We've got to get our...
Just relax. Even if everyone... Besides...
Thanks, now.
Best of luck to you.
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did your...
To be honest?
No. Well, now, don't you all look disappointed? That was to be expected. But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most...
Since both parties are present, firstly, in order...
Yes, of course.
Thank you, Mr. Lyney. You ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands.
Yes, that's correct.
In that case, I call the...
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Lyney is clearly lying. There is no way you could have been—
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so?
The roaring countdown of the crowd.
And you didn't—
No, nothing.
I see.
Huh?
Hey,
Yeah, I'm sure he could.
I was right by the—
look at those scales. Could those...
Well, of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my Tell me,
Aren't the House of the Hearth?
No wonder they did something like this.
So the serial disappearances were the Fatui's doing. Now it all makes sense.
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just an
That's irrelevant. All right.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us everything. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the... Oh, good thing I made all those preparations.
Hey, Lyney, why did...
Order! First, when the thud are these claims... Please answer.
I'm sorry. Yes, they're...
I knew it!
Well, that's it.
What should we do now?
Granted. In that case, what
Is that really necessary?
The defendant is...
Order! Your request is reasonable.
In that case...
Well, this is awkward. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We based our not to set the wrong tone.
I'm very... I know you've clashed, but our organization...
Right now, we want to see...
That's right. I'm sure I knew if it weren't for our... That's why I didn't... The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort than we need to. Right. So, you met a Fatusu, but still, I'm...
Sorry.
Well, you both say that, but... Right, let's...
Of course. We've been trying to find... During our investigation from that moment on...
Is that why you needed a...
That's right. So, after jump...
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
Well, what should have been a... That voice seemed on the way back. After that...
Well, that explains why you didn't...
Because of that prof...
That's the only way we can...
So, there you... It was never my wish to proceed under this cloud, but like I said earlier, you can be the judge. If you want to leave because you don't trust the Fatui, there's nothing I can do to stop...
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
Okay.
Thanks for giving us...
The current problem is that if we want to refute the hide... Huh?
Both parties have returned to their positions. When last we left off, Mr. Lyney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may...
At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Lyney's perspective. As the countdown began, when the flatbed trolley passed, he did not realize that finally he used the... At this time, so Lyney proceeded afterward. And there you have it. That's the...
Does the defendant's side have any objection?
The key to refuting Lady...
seems... According to Lyney, he... Lyney did not... Lyney went to the room that can... Attention! Ace Detective Paimon! When the countdown started, Lyney did indeed, but he immediately used... Once he reached that the crime scene! Finally, he reached the... Paimon did it!
In other words, you believe that—
That's right!
My—
If that's the case, assuming that...
Oh.
that— Well... You're saying that he wasn't?
Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought? That's right! This means the same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now...
To think you'd use such logic. Well then, if it wasn't Lyney who committed the crimes, then who was it?
Could there have been a third person involved? Halsey is the missing person. The deceased's name is Huh? That can't be right. Are you serious? What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to... The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the deceased's name is Cowell. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel. Lyney was not in the tunnel. The sound we heard may have... No one entered or left. The sound we heard may have come from... It would have been tough for both... The deceased's name is Cow... It would have been tough for both... The deceased's name is Cow... No one entered or left... Halsey's clothing... Lyney was not in the tunnel. Lyney was not in the tunnel. It would have been tough for both... Halsey's clothing... you still having trouble figuring things out?
Look, since we're at a dead end, just like the trick is.
If only we knew.
Well, that would be nice, but it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just.
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Lyney was not in the tunnel at that moment. The sound we heard may have... The deceased's name is Cowl. The vase was not broken by chance.
Paimon gets it! It all comes together if Halsey disappeared. Lynette escaped from the... If there's a similar method...
Oh, just a moment, please. I do hope you know how preposterous you sound at the moment. How could a person ever be transformed into water? Magic tricks.
Even so, the truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reason, since Cal was the deceased, but given that we aren't making...
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at...
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at... Guards, please step...
We are still examining the items, but we have already made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone post-haste. We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately. The notebook in his back, the primordial... The note's contents, the notebook has many, and one of these tubes, the notes also state, as such, we believe that...
You gotta be kidding!
It's something so...
Wait a moment, this reminds me of a certain...
If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a mean... Wait just a minute. Could that mean...
Demoiselle, wait! What about your
Let's go. Just...
Order! Still, guards, Mr. Lyney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence.
Of course, if we uphold the...
Right! Like the metal hook! Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that...
The rope that strung the... The deceased's name is... Now it seems like the hook rope. The water from the primordial... The deceased's name is... Now it seems like the hook rope. The water from the primordial... Lynette was in the magic box. The rope that strung the I remember there was something else within the inner...
It's in the original plan. When the magic box containing Halsey would float when the balloon attacked afterward, but...
Huh. That does make sense.
That actually...
Oh dear, what do I do?
Now, it seems like the only point of contention his notes mention...
On that note, I shall now invite him...
Thank you, Your Honor. And we
What?
That can't be. Does this not, my dear? Lyney did not need to having made modifications, but upon his ultimately, he now, as much... Am I right? We've used up all the... Is this the...
Oh no!
See, I believe this is indeed... Now then, my... excuse me,
Miss, I must...
Oh, come on. I'll show you an amazing... What?
No offense, Miss.
Come on now, don't... Once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to... And wouldn't such a... Come on, Lyney. But, as the magic makers and stars of the
I understand.
And what?
Wait.
To be clear, I was hiding outside. I was just feeling happy. Where should I begin? Firstly, my name isn't... I heard that that's how I make a living. But I was no...
Hey! No wonder you look familiar. Lyney even...
Well, and he even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. So I wasn't going to... There was no... I slipped out after...
Can a person even hide in there?
But I swear, had I known that...
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now.
This time, we... The strange sound... The flower vase was not... Lillian...
And it's Ace Detective time! Having been selected, her panic only intense. Hearing the commotion, he did not know that mistakenly believed the two broke the with no way of escape. She knew that
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were...
at this point, all the events that happened in the tunnel have now come...
Ah, so rather...
Now then, Lady Farina, do you wish to speak against the defense's statements? Please answer the question, Lady Farina.
What? Are you reading my mind? No, I have no...
Wow, look at that! She's like...
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat the full sequence of events. The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, with some modifications to the selector, he could to cover up any evidence while committing the he also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank. Using the fireworks at the end of the he poured the water from the prime. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel. If all had gone to plan, realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious. Lillian, according to her own... As for Lyney, from this while there is much in Lyney and Lily, this case at least can be handed over to the... As such...
Great work. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Next, how did you find...
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake.
I suspect that... I'm sure you know...
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a...
We were supposed to...
And now that you're therefore you...
Yes, our boss. It can also be me. We've been in this...
And now he can no longer...
Such ruth...
An outrage. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
So, where'd just going back now? That's...
Traveler, Paimon! Please wait.
Lyney...
I know you may not want to speak to, but still. I guess I didn't approach you with as for why. That was how Father, who you might know as...
A knave?
That's right. Back when our parent to survive, I took my sit to my before long.
So you went for...
That was how we... But he would
That doesn't seem...
After one, I waited the answer he...
Oh no.
As far as outsiders are concerned, I managed to... All I saw...
So...
That's right. Father, the house of the... I was hesitant, but she was...
Oh... So that...
She has gained
So...
That's right. Today's case has all of us helped to us orphans.
So... From small...
It's alright. I just hope if you should need anything at all in the future...
Bye, Lyney!
Hey there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for...
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappearances case, though. Don't you think so, too? Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
Besides! And...
Ah, I see. Sorry.
Don't say that.
Aw, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too. It was like having... wait.
Huh?
Well, anyway, it would just be a meal, so it's...
You don't have...
Oh, one...
All right, then.
You